What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Anthem Gaming Channel. My name's AJ Gels. How y'all doing? We are back once more with the weekly show. I want to say big thanks to Samori Roden for sending me this video, because without this, I really had no freaking clue what we were going to talk about this week. It's just, it's all this post-E3 stuff. There's just never any good news to talk about in the couple weeks following E3. So instead, we're going to watch this. This is the Anthem full gameplay demo. We're being run through by one of the developers. As always, a link will be in the description below, so you can go watch the video yourself without me yakking over it. Honestly, I find this a little odd. This was the best action game winner at E3. Really? That's depressing. That people would think that, because there were a lot of really cool action games at E3, and that this one. Not trying to knock this game. I mean, I have to be totally honest. What I saw at E3 from Anthem did turn around my thinking of this game. I was originally extremely hesitant on it. I've been sitting around going, please, BioWare, come out with another Dragon Age. Tell me what's going on with Mass Effect. Don't do something totally out of your wheelhouse after you made the massive debacle with Mass Effect Andromeda, and how then EA added fuel to that fire by basically saying, yeah, we're really not going to keep up with the Andromeda series. We're going to continue it with a book. And yeah, it was a horrible plan. It was a horrible plan. Just absolutely terrible. And I truly think, like the video title says, I think this is something that EA might actually get right. And again, this is also on the back of the news that the Amy Hennig project, as far as I know, that thing got scrapped. I mean, I think she got either she got pulled from it or it got scrapped altogether. I can't remember. It was like about 2 weeks ago that I read this. It was but if anybody remembers, Amy Hennig has been working. Amy Hennig, she was I always forget which Uncharted games she worked on. I know she worked on the Uncharted franchise. I think headed one or two of them. I can never remember which ones though. But Amy Hennig, really well known for that franchise, has been working with EA on a Star Wars title. Originally, it was supposed to be a single player, kind of in the vein of something like Uncharted, where it's a single player shooter, a single player third person narrative shooter with Amy Hennig. And I'm sitting there going, yes, all for it. And then EA decides to get its grubby little hands on it, and it's EA trying to pull away from doing story-based games. I was watching somebody. I mean, I've seen a couple articles on this recently that developers are saying content like streamers and YouTubers, they're hurting the single-player game because people are getting so many views with Fortnite, and if you get a single player game, they're gonna play it and you're gonna watch the story and not buy it yourself. Do you know the number of games that I would never have tried on my own that I bought because of a YouTuber, because of guys like Christopher Odd, guys like the Rad Brad? There's tons of them. I think that, one, developers who are afraid of that are stuck about 10 years ago when that was a big fear that streamers and YouTubers, well, I guess it was YouTubers at the time, not streamers, but you know what I mean, we're going to be a big blow in the industry, and then they started working with them and realizing, this is great marketing for our products. Holy shit. I don't get, give me a second. Sorry about that. I thought my dog was eating out of a cat box, and that would have been bad. But no, I truly think some of these people are stuck way back then, and I got way off target there. Sorry. This whole thing with Amy Hennig, again, this is what EA has been doing. They have been they were kind of a part of that, of some of these articles recently that were talking about this stuff and going, well, they're looking at these shared universe games and these and all these ways to get more money. And I'm like, this is EA's fucking problem. Is it's all about the money and all about the profit. I get it, they're a business. Yes, forefront of it is that should be your focus is making money. But they don't try and do it in a good way. They don't try and do it by putting out great content. They do it by putting out something like Battlefront 2, which has been almost universally panned by now. I get it. People still say it's still a good shooter. Yeah, but the monetization was a massive problem. The pay to win was a big thing early on, or maybe not pay to win, but I've made my thoughts very clear on that before, my problems with Battlefront 2. But it's just, EA has not had the best business practices as a company, and the sad thing is they have their hands on so many IPs that I really like, Dragon Age and Mass Effect being two of them, and I don't know. I've been thinking for the longest time that they're doing some really sketchy things, and honestly, Anthem was a big worry of mine until I saw what they showed at E3. So we're gonna get into this. Sorry, I was sitting here just yakking for so long. I've not seen this as usual. I'm coming into this cold. These are my first reads. Let's go into this.
Hello everyone and welcome to Anthem. I'm Ben Irving, one of the lead producers for the game, and on behalf of everyone here at BioWare, we are excited to share this live gameplay experience with all of you. Joining me today are 4 amazing developers, controllers in hand, ready to take you on an adventure through the mysterious world of Anthem.
Don't act like you're showing us something natural. You know, it's obviously scripted.
You have the strangest sense of fun. You guys starting without me?
Freelancer, time to get to work!
Faye said these bastards made some kind of acid. They're using it as a weapon. Melted a couple of supply caravans.
Scar's taking down whole caravans. Damn.
I know. Should make this a challenge, huh?
I like a challenge.
Who gets cypher duty?
The chair's all yours.
Yes! So, find where they're making this garbage and shut it all down. Piece of cake, right?
Our expedition starts in the player's Strider. This is your forward base of operations. Here you can equip your Javelin with a wide array of gear, weapons, and abilities, as well as customize your appearance to show off your own personal style and flair. In front of us we have the Colossus. Jen will be our squad leader today, so Jen, let's jump in and get started.
Alright, before we really hop into gameplay, I think this was one of the first things that really did interest me about what we saw at E3. I was so afraid that this was going to be a mindless MMO. I think I was reading somebody in the comments, they said something pretty funny. They called it MMO light sort of games. It's a loot based MMO light game where, you know, they go into this and they're playing. Yeah, they also made a mention of, you know, they go and they play all tactically, you know, like setting all this stuff up and then all this, when when you play it with your friends, it's never like that. And I have to sit there and go, he's right. Excuse me. But yeah, I was afraid it was going to be another one of these and I still don't assume it's going to have a massive story, but just that little cutscene alone, walking down they said the Strider or whatever, why it's in the shape of like a big, like giraffe. I don't know why, when they probably could have made it just like a vehicle, whatever. But just that little cutscene gives me some hope that there's going to be an element of there's going to be some level of cinematic aspects to this game, that actually there's a story and it's actually, hopefully, it's actually good.
At the start of any expedition, we need to decide who we want to play with. Jen will be inviting 2 of her friends, but when you play the game, you will choose from your friends, guildmates, other like-minded individuals, or even go out and explore the world on your own. Now that our squad is...
Right here, me. This actually makes me, it makes me ask a few questions, or this is where I kind of sit here and go, this is a little different than something like, I'll use The Division, for instance. From the way he made it sound, this area that we're out exploring isn't a shared universe then this gameplay area is for me to explore if I want to, all on my own. That I don't have to play with any other people. That it's kind of what I liked about The Division, was the fact that all the New York area I could explore on my own, and then there was the Dark Zone, which I could play with other people and all that. I really like that about that game. So again, there's something else here that's making me go, okay, there might be something to this that doesn't make me want to vomit.
is formed, we need to pick our objective. This is the map screen, and as you can see, there are a lot of different activities to choose from. For today, we'll be playing the mission, Scars, and Villainy. Anthem is a social, co-op, action RPG from BioWare, where you will join a group called the Freelancers. The Freelancers are the brave few who go out into the wild and face danger head-on. They can do this because they are equipped with powerful javelin exosuits. These javelins are handcrafted and passed down from generation to generation, allowing those who have them to go out into the wild and feel super heroic.
Look awesome, too. Gotta hand it to him.
Today we will play from Jen's perspective in her Colossus, a heavily armored battle exo that trades agility for massive firepower.
Oh, okay. So like I said, I really like how it's basically my story, my game until now. When I decide to let other people into my world, that other people aren't going to mess with my gameplay while I'm doing that. Again, I'm going to keep harping on this. I really like that aspect about it, that I can choose to play with people that I want to play with, and if I don't want to play with anybody, I can play by myself, and it's still the same. Maybe not the same experience, but it's still the same. It's still I'm not locked out of anything. Big but though. In that I have to bring up, and this is something that I think the first Division game had a massive issue with, is balancing. Do not, for the love of God, tell me that I can go out and explore on my own. And this is something that I harp about all of these shared universe games. Do not tell me I can play the game by myself. I think Destiny did a very good job of this, of making a game where I could play by myself. And it might be a little harder than if I had a group, but even then, I can still play the game on my own, and it's still fairly balanced. This, or with the Division, that was a massive problem I had with that game. It was horribly balanced, and later game, like even story missions, were really hard to play on your own. I think the game needs to have kind of a dynamic balance to adjust to, am I playing with a group or am I playing alone? It's got to have that. Otherwise, do not give me the option to play alone. Because if you give me the option to play alone, it has to be just as balanced, if you ask me.
As you can see, her two friends have joined us. Renata is playing in the Ranger, a faster moving javelin with a focus on precision. Scylla is also playing a Colossus, but with a completely different loadout, one that focuses on close quarter combat, and we'll see his flamethrower a bit later on. He also has a totally different appearance with that sweet, sweet red speed stripe. Ours is an unfinished world, a world abandoned by its gods, the Shapers. It's also a reactive world. Here you can see our jets are overheating, but we can fly through this waterfall to cool them off.
Owen, what's the plan here?
Picking up loads of scars nearby. Take a look around the area, but be careful.
Hey, it's
Owen is
Ghost.
our cipher and guide for the mission, and will provide valuable intel. The Scars are relentless invaders who crave the ancient power of the Shaper technology, and they're in a constant conflict with the Freelancers.
They kind of remind me of the Fallen from Destiny. I mean, really, that's what this game kind of reminds me of. It reminds me of Destiny. I mean, it kind of makes sense why it would. I mean, it's kind of sci-fi-y. It's
Up ahead we have a Scar watchtower. Our squad should probably tread lightly here so they don't call for reinforcements.
You say tread lightly, they
Just blow it
yeah,
up.
I was about to say.
Look at all the weapons! Oh, and the turrets! Better move quickly.
Am I the only one who hates it when we get to go through these and they're giving us these obviously like scripted walkthroughs? I can't stand it.
Could be making it farther in.
Right. Checking out the Scar Camp some more.
Missions can be joined in progress through freelancer reinforcements. Our 4th squad member, Catherine, is about to join us. Catherine joined us in the Storm, a glass cannon with powerful elemental attacks and light armor. Catherine was taking a nap at launch, and while all her friends level 30, she's only level 1. But that's okay, because in Anthem, friends of any level can play together to earn experience and great rewards.
This acid gunk leading down.
So basically the Storm or whatever mech she's using, or exosuit she's using, it's the wizard from Destiny. Oh, that's neat.
Okay, so that Titan was way too powerful for our squad, at least for today, so it was wise to avoid him. But emergent world events just like the Titan can happen throughout the world of Anthem. And it's a really important point, because what it means is every time you go out and explore the world, you'll have a totally different experience that yields different rewards.
Okay, I didn't notice this at E3, but if you saw at the bottom of the screen where there was the engine heat, apparently there was also a breath meter. So apparently we also have to maintain how much oxygen our freelancer has inside the Javelin.
By now you've probably noticed that traversal plays a really important role in Anthem. As you run, fly, and swim through, above, and below the world, you can discover some pretty amazing things. Like right now, our squad just discovered the secret underwater entrance to the Scar Stronghold.
Music's pretty sweet, I gotta give them that too.
Strongholds are a 4-player mode that give greater rewards by taking on greater challenges. Once you discover a stronghold, you'll have access to it from your map at the start of any expedition. Looks like the Scars have laid mines in this tunnel. Jen, show us how a Colossus deals with mines.
Okay, I might have missed. Did he say that these strongholds are 4-player modes, or is it, or can, like I said, can I play that strong? Again, my question is, can I play the stronghold on my own? These are things that I know I'm asking questions to you guys who obviously aren't in the know. I mean, maybe you are, but obviously we're not going to get this stuff. We're not going to get to know the stuff at launch. But this is always kind of my question. Then don't tell me. It's like I keep harping at the very beginning. Don't tell me I can play by myself when I can't, or when I can't do everything on my own, or that it's, well, you can, but it's really suggested to play with other people. What if I don't want to? Stop. This is my thing. Is stop trying to make MMOs for consoles. Do it for the PC. Do it, or call it a freaking MMO. Just be done with it and call it an MMO. If you want to make an MMO, just do it. I mean, I'm sorry. I know I'm harping, but this sort of gameplay model, I'm serious, is going to hit a critical mass eventually. Because again, I mean, we have The Crew 2, which sold itself like a shared open world, which I guess technically it is, even though I don't even understand why it is. I mean, there's barely anything that we do with other people. The first game made more sense. But the second one makes absolutely no sense. But, you know, we have that. We have the new Division coming out. We already have Destiny 2. We have Skull and Bones. We have Sea of Thieves. We have all of these similar kinds of similar gameplay models. This is like what happened when Battleborn came out alongside Overwatch, and Overwatch just absolutely demolished it. We're seeing a similar problem right now with PUBG and Fortnite. This genre, I can understand why it's a little bit more open and more titles can exist, but I have a very strong feeling that we're going to see in this what happened to MMOs, where there's going to be 1 or 2 big standouts and everything else is just going to be left just to die. Mix that with the fact that that a true MMO, like, let's take World of Warcraft for instance. I mean, I'm sure people would tell me, well, World of Warcraft now is almost a different game than World of Warcraft back way when, but it still has been basically one game. granted, it's just been added onto and added onto and added onto. You can't do that with consoles. You can't. It's why, like with Destiny 2, they didn't just keep releasing editions. They had to make Destiny 2. You know, like the Division, they had a good path of DLC, and I think the DLC path with the Division 2 is very well done with a lot of free stuff and a lot of free updates and free content. But I think if anything, Destiny 2, or not Destiny 2, excuse me, that the Division 2 is one of these games that I think is trying to bring the MMO sort of feel to consoles, but keeping it still for a console audience. By giving those free downloads, because I don't think a console audience who's maybe not big MMO players are going to constantly drop money on all these expansions. And I see this game being in a similar vein. I think this genre is going to hit critical mass eventually, and I don't like to see every developer try and jump on top of it. It's kind of like every game having. It's what's that big joke that everything now is trying to be a battle royale game, or that everything, or something that I've noticed, everything now has to have a freaking photo mode for some reason. I don't get why that's a big deal, but I'm an old curmudgeon, but I stand by. I see the genre hitting critical mass eventually, but I honestly thought it would have hit it by now, but.
Combos are a really important part of group play. Using certain abilities together allows you to combo for extra effects like bonus damage. I feel a little bad for making fun of Catherine earlier, so let's see if we can have her set up a combo up ahead. Nice combo.
How is that a combo? It was basically she just attacked and then you attacked. You did. Whatever. Again, it's like that guy.
Catherine called down a lightning storm, and Jen used her railgun to combo for massive bonus damage.
Well, okay. How do those combo together? I mean, it's like with some RPGs. It's let's use Divinity: Original Sin for instance. I can call down rain as a spell and make an entire area wet, and then call down an electric attack, which makes a lot. When those combo together. How the hell does that electric thing and then a railgun, how does that combo? I don't understand that. But again, it's like the guy in the comments said, let's just call this what it is. This is an MMO light loot based game. This isn't, nobody plays all this tactically. And again, I've never seen these people who play this tactically. I mean, I don't know. I mean, tell me if you do. I'm kind of tired of all these games being sold to me like this. But I just don't think anybody actually plays them that way.
There's a Shaper relic. Wait, something's odd. Get a closer look, would you?
Night has fallen in the world of Anthem, and the creatures that inhabit the darkness are out on the prowl. But honestly, that's a story for another day, because right now we have that giant thing to deal with.
I don't know what they've done to that relic, but it's getting worse by the minute.
Is that the same voice as Ghost from Destiny? Is it?
You've got to silence it fast.
This will be the first real challenge for our squad. We have snipers to the right, the Shaper interface below us, troops in the middle, and then all the way to the left we have those turrets. Our squad can approach this in a lot of different ways, but Jen, you're the expert, so over to you. Looks like Jen is sending our squad to hit the snipers first.
Well, again, acting like it freaking matters. I would have gone after the turrets first.
Corner of the screen, you can see our objective is to find all 6 echoes and take them to the Shaper interface. So up ahead, Scylla has one on his back in the Colossus, and here you can see Jen has 2. So Scylla just put 1 in. When we get these, and that'll be 3 out of 6, and we're halfway done. The only problem now is we have to go through those troops in the middle to find the rest. Jen used her railgun to knock that elite out of the sky.
Lots of scars headed your way, watch out.
can see the Rangers hovering in the top left getting ready to do something. Looks like it might be, yep, Frost Grenade out. Jen's gonna use her multi-mortar for a big shatter combo. Alright, good job, Jen. Okay, we cleared out the middle. The last thing left of these two turrets. We could take them head on or flank. Looks like Jen's gonna try to brute force this first one. Okay, didn't quite get there. Gonna have to flank behind and hit those weak points. Okay, our squad's now cleared out all the enemies in this area. The last thing left to do is get those 3 echoes and drop them off to silence the relic.
It's my mouse. There we go. I am being a little harsh, you know, here and there talking about certain things. But I do have to get. Let me be a little positive for once. I think the combat does look solid. I have to admit. I'm interested to play with each of these different lances to kind of find what I like best. I have a feeling I'm going to kind of gravitate towards the Ranger, just because I feel like it gives that mix between maneuverability and firepower. But all in all, I like the concept. The game, I mean, it looks nice. Mix that with, you know, again, I'm just my remaining curiosities remain with how does it control when it's actually in your hands. But all in all, I like the game conceptually. I enjoy the way the combat looks, the way it flows. Again, it's just it's all the stuff surrounded by the shared world that I've been hitting on for like the last 20 minutes are my biggest questions. My biggest reservations.
It's gone silent. Disaster averted. Do you think we get a bonus for... Wait, something's happening.
What the hell was that?
I think that was whatever laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from below your position.
With some pretty awesome teamwork, our squad was able to silence this relic. Relics are littered throughout the world, left there by the Shapers, abandoned and volatile. But for right now, the mystery of the Scar weapon is taking us deeper and deeper into this stronghold.
The Scars were using those eggs for something, making acid probably.
So the job's not done until we get rid of all the eggs.
On the plus side, this definitely counts toward hazard pay.
You know, that actually does bring up something else that I haven't really thought of until now. You know, they keep talking about pay, and we're playing as a mercenary of some sort. So I guess my next question actually does kind of come along the lines of how does currency work in this game? Or how do missions also work in this game? I mean, I assume there's like there's a main quest path or whatever to play the game of Anthem, but I mean, is there like also like a mercenary board or something like that in the hub world that we can also get other jobs to pick up other to, you know, get for a monetary reward, or maybe we get special items by doing certain quests for people. Like, how does quest structure work? There's some unknowns that we haven't really gotten an eye on, and again, I'm curious about currency and how the economy in this game works. Along with, like I said, was how does the quest structure work? Is it like a request board that we go up to, then we get a payment, or how's that work? It's just stuff that we haven't really seen or heard much about, or really anything about.
There are more than just Scars in this stronghold.
Oh, you know, stop acting all surprised. Oh, cool, creepy spiders.
Strongholds are a long-form adventure, so in the interest of time, we're going to skip ahead in the action.
I like their little when they were dying.
Let's have Scylla in front with his flamethrower and have you support him with your grenade launcher. As you play Anthem, you will collect a
Right here was that oxygen bar that I was talking about. You know, something else that I haven't really seen an answer to, or again, something I keep every time I see these, I always kind of think of maybe like a little new something that I haven't thought of yet. I'm curious how progression works. Like he was talking about skills. Well, how does that work? I mean, if our skills, I assume, are connected to our javelins. Well, what if so? How does that work? Is it experience based or is it money based? Because it's weird to me that I gain experience and then I can level up my javelin. I mean that's odd to me because the javelin's not like a special power or something. It's like a corporeal thing that's in the universe. I mean, it would make more sense that I buy certain things that give me access to new abilities that I can then equip onto my javelin. And I assume also that I have multiple javelins because I can have a heavy javelin. You know, I can have a Colossus, a Storm, Ranger, and I can't remember the last one. I just cannot. It's kind of like a ninja. I can't remember the other one. But that sort of idea. So how does player progression work? Is something I don't think we've really seen.
A whole lot of loot. And loot plays a really important role in Anthem. Not
Yeah,
just
no
because
shit.
It makes you more powerful, but also because it allows you to create different loadouts to tackle a wide variety of different situations.
Again, I don't want to be an asshole. Well, I like being an asshole, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, no shit.
What is that?
You're supposed to tell me.
Right. Just be careful.
Our freelancers just discovered an ancient Arcanist resonance. Interesting lore, items, and materials are scattered throughout the world of Anthem for you to discover and collect. By now you've probably noticed that our squad has some pretty awesome abilities. In particular, the Colossus has a legendary multi-mortar, and the Ranger has a legendary frost grenade. Loot comes in many different rarities, and legendary items are very hard to come by. If you get your hands on one, they have special bonuses that make you more powerful. And I have a feeling our squad's gonna need all the power they can get for what lies ahead.
Okay, so from that, I from what he's saying is that our player progression is not done by experience. It's done through loot and how we equip our exoskeleton, which I think is what he just said. I'm trying to extrapolate from developer talk, but I think that's what he just said. That's the vibe I got at least. Gross.
That's big. Very, good luck.
Alright, so our squad has a lot of different things to deal with here. We have the smaller soldiers that if left unchecked will totally overrun our squad, and then we have the Swarm Tyrant herself. Now the Swarm Tyrant has 3 big sacks on her back and they're her weak points. Our squad has to focus on the weak points to cause massive bonus damage.
Yeah, shoot the glowy bits. That's the basics of any video game.
She'll take a lot of damage from the Swarm Tyrant's frontal attack, but if she tries to stay too far back, she'll get caught in her webs. Legendary multi-mortar right on that weak point is perfect.
Okay, so yeah.
Light her on fire with his flamethrower, now she's taking a lot of extra damage.
Okay, so yeah, this thing right here, that is a skill based on the loot, not a skill based on experience and whatnot. There we go. I that, like I've been saying, that is something that I've been a little curious about. Why are you shooting in the face? The weakness is whatever.
Our squad managed to destroy one of the sacks, leaving the Swarm Tyrant vulnerable. By using teamwork and focusing on her weak points, our squad has caused the Swarm Tyrant to retreat. Looks like she's called for help. Our squad has to take control of this choke point to make sure they're not overrun. What we really need is Scylla to get his flame wall out. There we go. Nice job, Scylla. Maybe a lightning strike here from the storm would be helpful. Awesome. And Jen, if you can do a combo here, it would be great. Maybe that multi-mortar. Alright, looks like our squad now has everything well in hand.
Wait a minute. I thought the person playing right now in the Colossus was the team leader. It sounds like you, disembodied voice, are leading everything. I don't know. Does anyone else find it really irritating when developers do this kind of stuff?
Take a lot of damage. Nice. Scylla set the Swarm Tyrant on fire again. Every Javelin has a powerful ultimate ability that can turn the tide of battle in your favor. But this battle isn't over yet. Thank you all for watching our live gameplay experience today. Anthem will be available on February 22nd for PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4.
Yeah, as well as like 3 other games.
Game.com.
Alright, well guys, that was our little look at Anthem here. Like I said, I think this, honestly, I think EA could actually get this right. I know, shocker. But I know I've been sitting here kind of slamming on this game a little bit, and I say that just because I'm a bit of a pessimist. I tend to focus on the negative as opposed to the positive. But I am really interested in this title, especially after E3. I have a lot of questions about it, but again, these are usually the questions that we're never going to really hear more about until the game is actually in our hands and we actually get a chance to play it. Again, stuff like the economy, player progression, even though we kind of still got a little bit of an answer right there. Thank you, Samori, about player progression and whatnot. But I still think the shell of something cool is here, and I'm really holding out hope. Tell me what you guys think down in the description below. Thank you for watching. I forgot to mention this at the very beginning of the video, but I am going on a small vacation for the next couple days, so I will not be uploading. So, you know, if there's nothing going on, that's why. I'll be back. I should be back sometime on Monday. With uploads. So thanks for watching, everybody, and until next time, my name's AJ Gels. This is Anthem Gaming Channel. I'm out.